I want to thank everyone for being here this morning. This is not my event, this is your event. You have a student leadership team who has put together a phenomenal memorial today, and I am thankful for the students that have done this. They've done a lot of work, spent a lot of time meeting, spent their whole entire weekend working on this, and I know that they do a great job representing you. So at this point, without further ado, I'm going to turn the program over to your presenters.
On February 14th, 2018, 17 lives were lost at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. This tragedy affected more than just the families and friends of those killed, and we are gathered here today in remembrance of the students and teachers whose time was cut short. In times like these, we are reminded of the fragility of life. These people had brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, friends, hobbies, and aspirations just like us. It could have been anyone, but it was them, and it is our responsibility to not let their deaths be brushed over and forgotten as many others have. This is a healing process for the nation, and we cannot emphasize enough how important it is that we help each other move forward.
Alyssa Olidoff was a 14-year-old at Stoneman Douglas High School. Alyssa was a beloved and well-respected part of their community. She was a star soccer player, creative writer, and a dedicated member of the Jewish community. Alyssa is remembered for her amazing personality and kindness. She had so much left in her life and will be forever missed.
Scott Beagle was a 35-year-old teacher at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. It was his first year there. He was a very dedicated camp counselor who loved interactions with children and positively influencing their lives with his kind-heartedness and humor. Scott lost his life doing the one thing he knew how to do best, which was protecting the children he cared for. He emulates a true hero and will be forever missed.
Nicholas Dwart, 17, was a senior and swim captain at Stoneman Douglas. He had recently signed to continue swimming at the University of Indianapolis and dreamed of making the Olympic team. His loved ones remembered him as a determined and kind individual with remarkable talent. He was a brother, a son, a leader, a teammate, and a friend in the community. His family said he believed he could accomplish anything as long as he tried his best.
Jamie Gutenberg was an optimistic 14-year-old freshman. Jamie was an arts enthusiast as well as a lover of dogs and the color orange. But above all, Jamie was a passionate dancer. She was disinterested in normal high school drama and incredibly set on her future. Jamie had hoped to be married at 25, become a mother, and work as a pediatric physical therapist to help children with limb deformities.
Chris Hickson, 49, was a married father of two, the school's athletic director, a veteran, and ultimately a hero who died saving his students. Chris was constantly putting others ahead of himself. He stepped in to coach cross-country, volleyball, track, wrestling, and basketball for no extra pay. He also helped to patrol the campus as a security specialist. A former student stated, when his students were in trouble, he didn't run away. He wanted to protect the children, and he did. He will be forever remembered.
Luke Hoyer was only 15 and a freshman at Stoneman Douglas. He enjoyed basketball, video games, and chicken nuggets. This young boy loved his family, friends, and dogs, and could be seen on any given day lighting up a room with his laugh. Lukey Bear, as his loved ones referred to him, was known for his tight hugs and being the king of one-word answers. The one word Luke Hoyer will never be is forgotten.
Kara Rothgren was a 14-year-old freshman at Stoneman Douglas High School. Kara's older brother survived her in the shooting. Kara was a beautiful soul and always had a smile on her face. She had a passion for Irish dance, gymnastics, and the beach. All of Kara's family have described her as a loved girl and an excellent student.
Gina Montalto was 14 when her life came to an abrupt stop. She was known as a giver and a lover. She was passionate about color guard, spending time with her family, and volunteering for special needs kids. Gina's greatest pride was her education, and she had a bright future ahead of her. May she shine in heaven as brightly as she would have on earth.
Joaquin Oliver was a 17-year-old senior, often referred to by his friends and family as Guac. He was planning to attend the University of Central Florida this upcoming fall. Joaquin was a lover of many sports, Frank Ocean, his friends and family, but especially Dwayne Wade. On February 14, 2018, God received this loving angel, who will be remembered and loved by the many people he touched through his short 17 years here.
Elena Petty, a 14-year-old freshman, was respected by her friends, classmates, and family for her loving and giving spirit. As a devout Mormon, she was dedicated to helping others, especially natural disaster victims. She followed in her older brother's footsteps, becoming a cadet in the JROTC. Her family plans to carry on her legacy of compassion by helping others in the community. She was buried with a Medal of Heroism due to her bravery and sacrifice during the shooting.
Meadow Polak was an 18-year-old senior at Stoneman Douglas High School. After graduation, she planned to attend Lynn University. Everyone that knew Meadow has described her as someone who is beautiful on the inside and out. Her friends and family meant the world to her, and she was excited to plan her life after graduation. Meadow has the hashtag, "Life is what you make it," in her Twitter bio.
Helena Ramsey was a quiet and reserved 17-year-old that attended Stoneman Douglas High School. She was very devoted to her academics and planned to attend Lynn University next year. She was a free-spirited teen and loved living in the moment. She shared so many memories with so many of her loved ones and was deeply loved but loved many more.
Aaron Feist was a football coach and security guard at his alma mater, Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. Feist was known as not only a role model, but also a friend. He always put himself before others, which was shown all the way to his final act. He selflessly shielded students from the shooter when he was shot. Feist died a hero and will forever be remembered for his immense bravery.
Carmen Schentrup was a loving 16-year-old junior at Stoneman Douglas. She was top of her class and was a National Merit finalist. She was always wearing black dresses and red lipsticks along with teal purses. Carmen loved to read and play the piano. She would have turned 17 years old exactly 1 week following the shooting. Carmen will forever be remembered for her witty, insightful, and sweet nature.
Peter Wang was a 15-year-old freshman at Stoneman Douglas and is now an American hero. Peter had full aspirations to become a U.S. soldier and a lifetime goal to attend USMA. Peter is remembered for his kindness and especially his bravery, which was shown all the way to the end as he held the door for his peers and teachers before his life was taken. Peter was buried with a Medal of Heroism for his kindness.
Martin Duque Anguiano was a 14-year-old freshman at Stoneman Douglas. Martin was deeply loved by his family and friends, described as very funny, outgoing, and sometimes really quiet. Martin was also a cadet in the school's Junior Reserve Officers Training Corps program and received the Medal of Heroism for his actions during the shooting.
Alex Schachter was a 14-year-old student at Stoneman Douglas High School when his life came to an end. His best friend once said that he never didn't have a smile on his face. He's the only person I know that I've never seen sad. Alex loved spending time with his siblings and playing his trombone in the marching band. Alex is now flying high with his mother and will forever be in the hearts of those who saw his loving smile. Along with Alex's biography, I will be reading a poem he wrote just weeks before his death. The poem is titled, "Life is like a roller coaster." Life is like a roller coaster. It has some ups and downs. Sometimes you can take it slow or very fast. It may be hard to breathe at times, but you just have to push yourself and keep going. Your bar is your safety. It's like your family and friends. You hold on tight and don't let go. But sometimes you might throw your hands up because your friends and family will always be with you. Just like that bar keeping you safe at all times, it may be too much for you at times. The twists, the turns, the upside downs, but you get back up and keep chugging along. Eventually, it'll all come to a stop. You won't know when or how, but you will know that it will be time to start anew. Life is like a roller coaster.
Today was a day of remembrance and honoring of the 17 innocent victims that lost their lives at Parkland. Although this shooting has touched more people than past, we must not forget the other innocent individuals that have been affected by school shootings. With this, we must use our grief for the victims and people affected to look to our own school, our own community, our own lives, and see how we can improve. We are able to shape the future of Horseheads, and with this power, we must use it to provide a safer community for generations of students to come. Thank you all for attending.